Hey guys, welcome back to my video, and in today's video we're actually going to talk about 5 things that pros do that you don't. I said that really fast, so I'm sorry if you didn't understand what the hell I just said. That's on me, but anyways, I loaded into my Dork Knight map, and we're going to make this as quick as we possibly can for these 5 tips, just to get them to you and you can start working on it, right? So we're going to start at number 1. Now, number 1 is kind of an obvious one. It's actually graphical settings and how you change colors in order to make your game look better. Now, while playing the game, just overall playing the game is awfully bright. Now, I have my colorblind settings set to default, and I'm actually going to show you the best colorblind setting for you if you're a competitive player. And it's actually the colorblind setting that Clicks uses, but he uses a little bit stronger strength than I'm actually going to talk about today. Now we're going to talk about Duchenope and 5. Now Duchenope 5 is definitely the sweet spot when it comes to a colorblind setting, and it's what you need to use if you play comp. It helps you see through storm. Not only that, people stand out a little bit better, and I'll show you an even better way to make Duchenope 5 even more OP. So once you put it on Duchenope 5, everything's going to look a little dull and stupid and kind of boring and make you want to get off and go to sleep, right? But you know, if you go into your NVIDIA settings, and then once you get in your NVIDIA settings, you just go to the adjust desktop color and settings, and you go down to digital vibrance, and you put this on 75%. Now you can mess with this all you want, but I think 75% is the sweet spot. Click apply, and then you are good to go. And then Duchenope 5, like I said. I wouldn't go past 5 because 5, anything past that is kind of dumb. I feel like it looks really like, I don't know, too orange, right? You might as well just be colorblind going past Duchenope 5, right? So you just, yeah, Duchenope 5, definitely better. It helps everything still, you know, stand out, but you can see through storm perfectly and you can see people. Anyways, let's move on. Tip number 2, we're going to quickly talk about is actually something that's, you know, another obvious thing, but a lot of people don't implement into their everyday gameplay, and that's actually taking the right peeks. Now, I'm pretty dumb myself, and I don't take peeks at all. I kind of wide edit and just get pumped in the face and complain about it. And basically, that's on me, right? I got to understand that. Taking the right peek is definitely what you need to do, because taking the right peek is everything, right? So if I edit a window here, let me throw a clip of mine in there, for example, because I've personally been working on it myself. So here's the clip I'm talking about. Now, as you can see, I take a right-hand peek. I'm not visible to this kid at all. And then he gets bonked in his forehead, right? He's done for. You know what I'm saying? So he's gone. And that is the right peek. I took a right-hand peek. As you can see back in the game, playing these windows is like very important. I know window edits are very basic, but they're one of the most strongest edits in my opinion that you can do. And you know, I get window edited on all the time playing Zone Wars because I do a lot of tokens, and they all play window peeks like that. And then I just get right-hand peeked and then domed in my face, looking pretty stupid.
Yikes!
Right, but I have like a set habit that a lot of other people do, and this is what separates you from becoming the better you type stuff. If that makes sense, right? It's actually these peaks. So when you're playing against a kid, a lot of people will just edit too quick. They'll run here, edit. You're visible, right? You might not look visible on your screen, but I promise you are visible, right? You think you're behind a wall, but look at my forehead. Big ass forehead peeking over the wall right there. I would dome a kid for like 180 type stuff. You know, I do it all the time to my friends at box fights. So making sure you're taking the right peeks all the time, and window edits are very important, even if they look stupid and you look like a bot doing a window edit. You got to understand sometimes being flashy ain't always the play, and just doing a nice calm little window edit is, you know, good as well. Anyways, let's move on to tip number 3. Before we continue this video, I'd actually like to talk about the sponsor of today's video, VoiceWave. VoiceWave has over 100 different voices you can choose from to sound like pretty much anything you can think of. And not only that, not only does it have voices for you to pick from, it also has soundboards where you can do alerts and applause and sensor beeps and all kinds of stuff. If you're whether a streamer or YouTuber, whatever it is you do, if you want something funny in there, this is for you. So there's a lot of different things you can think of, but we'll talk more about this here in a little bit. Now, tip number 3 is something a lot of you guys won't be able to get through because, well, I mean, you need good internet. Now, a lot of people can't pay for the internet. So what I recommend you to do, like if you're a kid, you don't pay for your own Wi-Fi at the time, I'm going to show you something. So you're going to go in here and you're going to look up speed tests, right? Now, I have to blur out a few things for obvious reasons. Don't want to dox myself, drop my IP, you know what I mean? So here we are. I'm going to show you, this is a speed test while recording. And I pay for fiber. My internet, I pay $90 a month for my Wi-Fi, like $90 a month. Now, if you're somebody that does pay your Wi-Fi, $90 a month is cheap, man. I used to pay $300 a month for Xfinity and I didn't get half of this, right? Paying $90 a month for fiber, if you can upgrade your Wi-Fi, perfect, right? Now keep in mind, I am Etherneted, and that plays a huge part into how good your internet speed is. And that's what the topic of this is actually a Ethernet. Now I want you to understand, getting an Ethernet, some people can't do as well. And that is because, reaching the cord across your house, especially if you're a kid and you ain't paying for the Wi-Fi, most parents will be like, nah, they're going to trip on that. They ain't about it. So you got to play some Wi-Fi, and I'll show you what you can do for that. But as you can see, I have 612 download, 739 upload, right? Which is good. But you got to understand, you need upload for gaming, download for, downloading games, right? It's kind of, self-explanatory. Uploading is what you want for games. Now, I'm promised, 1,000 up, 1,000 down, but I'm recording, so it's a little different, right? I have 612, 739, which is really good internet. On top of that, I am Etherneted, as you can see down here. Well, that now you can see down here, that means Etherneted. My ping is just chilling at a whopping 9.7, and I live in Florida. Now, living in Florida is crazy because, living in Florida, you don't get 9.7 ping connected to East servers, let alone I get the exact same connected to Central servers. As you can see right here, it says 27 and 26. Now, that is insane. I'm the exact same ping on both, and that is because I have fiber and an Ethernet. But for the people that can't do that, I have a substitute that you can use in order to, get that, right? So I'm gonna talk about two things here. We're actually gonna talk about one, which is Gear Up Booster. Now, when I played on Wi-Fi, this is what got me through my Wi-Fi stages. Now, the Wi-Fi stages was fine. Using an app like this obviously helps a lot. It makes it pretty much like using an Ethernet. It just stabilizes your ping and reduces it by a lot, and that's what an Ethernet does as well. Sorry for the yap session I'm going through. I'm trying to make this quick, but there you go. If you'd like to try out Gear Up Booster, you could try it completely for free. I'm not going to lie to you. Yes, this is not a free app. You do get a free trial. So if you download it with the link in the description, you could try it for free. And if you like it, hit me up. I'll see if I can give away a few memberships to you guys that DM me on Discord, which the Discord is linked in the description as well. So if you'd like a membership, DM me with proof of download, and I got you with the membership. Anyways, let's move on. Now, for tip number 4, this is kind of like, this is one you kind of got to get through to yourself. Now, you got to understand something. Confidence is key, right? When you're W keying in a game, or just, overall playing a ranked match or comp match, whatever it is that you are playing, if you do not have confidence, you will not win your fights. You could be the better player, but you will not win your fights. Your confidence will take over and you will miss your shots, or, you'll just choke edits, stuff like that. You need to be confident in your fights that you are the better player, and overall you will do better. Now, this is more like a side quest kind of tip, because this isn't what I'm going to implement as tip number 4, but, I just wanted to throw that in there as something you need to understand. Confidence is everything. Now, you cannot let confidence get the best of you if you have negative confidence. I don't know the word for negative confidence, so I'm just going to call it negative confidence, right? Oh, no, inconfident. There we go. Y'all, I'm big brain now, right? So lock in, right? That's basically what I'm saying. I know this is cringy. It's just a game, but, lock in. You'll do good type shit. If you want to do better, you want to play as well, just lock in, bro. You need to have the confidence. You don't need to be scared. I don't care if it's endgame top 1, you versus, Mr. Beast endgame. It don't matter, bro. You need to be confident, bro, right? And you will win 95% of your fights. Now, if you're just getting shit on, I promise you, don't let confidence, get you shit on, right? You got to understand the difference between confidence and the ego. But let's actually move on to tip number 4 now. So more on today's sponsor. I'd like to quickly talk more about VoiceWave and everything it has to offer. Now, you have voices from Trump to Wukong. Sorry if I said that wrong. I don't know if I said that right. SpongeBob, FNAF, Peter Griffin, all kinds of different stuff. And I'm gonna quickly show you a few of these voices. We're actually gonna start with Peter Griffin. I'll quickly show you this one right now. So you just click on this, let it load. It's all AIs. You got to keep in mind, it adjusts to your voice, so it will be different for everybody. You might have to change the pitch. It might not sound normal at first, but it will adjust to your voice, or you may just need to change the setting.
Here we go. I turned Hear Myself off, so I do know the voice changer is working. But yeah, this is what the Peter Griffin voice sounds like. To me, it sounds pretty close to the actor.
But we're going to go ahead and turn the Peter Griffin voice off, and we're going to move on to a female voice. Now, the reason I'm going to show a female voice is because a lot of guys, or, maybe even girls, like to do female voice trolling. It's actually one of the most popular voice trolling out right now. So here's what one of the females sound like on my voice.
I turned off Hear Myself again because, I don't want to hear myself, but this is what my voice sounds like with the female voice changer, with the pitch of 10 and at the volume of 60%.
Now, though that is the voice changer. Now, if you would like to check out VoiceWave, the link to this will be in the description as well as pinned in the comment section. Now, let's continue with the video. All right, so in tip number 4, I actually want to talk about this. Now, this is something that you need to understand and definitely do. This is one of the stronger tips, and that is finding the right settings for you. Now, I have a video that I made about finding the right sensitivity, which you can click the little, I don't know what the thing is called up at the top right at the corner. You can click that. I think it's an exclamation point, don't know, of how to find the right sensitivity for you if you don't know yours. But finding the right sensitivity is ideal, man. I promise you, it is one of the biggest things you can do, whether you're a controller or a keyboard or mouse. Finding a sensitivity and sticking to it is insanely good, right? So if I'm just playing a game, right, and I already have guns in my inventory, yeah, I might be stupid, guys. Give me. Oh, yeah. Anyways, right, I'm just playing a game, right, and I'm just so used to, I just switched my sensitivity. I just started keyboard and mouse. I'm getting good on the sensitivity, and I'm like, yo, my friend looks crazy, and his sensitivity is on 50-50, right? That doesn't mean go switch to 50-50 because he looks crazy. You need to get crazy on your sensitivity, stick to it, and build that muscle memory in order to become good. You don't see Clicks and Peterbot and all them people, switching up their settings and sensitivity 24/7. That's because overall it's not good to continuously switch up, because building that muscle memory will overall just delay your increase in skill. I'm just not thinking of the big word terms today, but that you know what I'm getting at. You won't improve as quick, right? You know what I'm saying? Because you'll just be whipping shots or choking at it, because you'll never remember the right, like, the motions you got to do. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you stick to the right settings, keybinds, and sensitivity. Last but not least, we're actually going to talk about one of the bigger tips. Once again, they're all pretty big tips. I'm gonna pause. Last tip is actually something y'all probably won't want to hear, but it's actually practice. Now, you gotta understand, putting a lot of time into the game is something they do. Most of the pros you watch don't get off the game. They don't get girls. They don't go outside. They don't touch grass. Now, I'm not trying to throw any disses at Peterbot right now, but if you saw that Bucky video of how dirty his room is, he's prime example. I don't mean to him just catching strays all of a sudden, but he's prime example. He is one of the best players in the game, and he don't even flush the toilet. You get what I'm getting at? So I'm not telling you to do that, but I'm telling you to practice. Spend as much time on the game as you can, right? If you're trying to get good, but don't separate yourself from the outside world. I don't want to be the reason you got depressed and sat in a room all day. I want to be the reason you actually improved. You need to understand, putting time into this game, even if you're bored, you need to get through that I'm bored, or if you're having an off day, you need to get through that off day. You need to play as best as your ability all the time, and as much as you can, right? If you have a job, that's fine. Work, do whatever you can, but find the time to put into the game if that's something you're actually serious about, right? So you definitely want to put the time in, and that is something a lot of people hate hearing, because a lot of people don't have the time, or they don't feel like sitting there and just playing the game every day getting shit on, right? Now, you gotta understand, getting, just losing a 1v1 or something like that is how you get better. So I promise you, putting the time in will pay off. Now, if this video helped you guys out, make sure you like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.